Hey guys, Nubkeks here. This is an excerpt from last week's stream on the Zola Esports Academy channel. The Thursday stream, it's at 6 p.m. Central European Time until 9 p.m. Central European Time, where I go through replays that you guys submit, give you guys feedback, some criticism, some positive things, all that sort of stuff. Basically, coaching, I guess. If you want to get involved with this, it'll be on regularly every single week. If you want to get involved, what you got to do is just send an email with one of your replays to the link, which should be on screen right now in the bottom left hand side, nubkeksmail@gmail.com. Just send your email there with the replay file attached. Let me know your hero name, let me know your Twitch name as well, and yeah, then a couple of questions you want addressed in the replay as well. And that's pretty much it. It will be a raffle with preference given to regular viewers and subscribers of the Zola channel. If you do want to get yours looked at for sure in a separate thing, you can get in contact with me through email as well. It's done through donations to my personal Twitch channel, but that can be a guaranteed way to definitely get your stuff looked at without the interactions with a stream or anything like that. Anyway, yeah, enjoy the video, and I hope to see you this week. Remember, it's Thursday, 6 p.m. Central European Time on the Zola Esports Academy Twitch channel. It's linked through the description below and my own Twitch channel as well. All right, see you guys soon. All right. Oh, we can't see the heroes here, unfortunately. We'll check it out. Once we get into the game, we'll take a look at the team comps and see what we can say about it. Alright. Let me close that down. Skank Tank. That's one heck of a name. Set the vision to you, and we can zoom out. I think with second support, this is an easy game. Yeah, I don't like the... This is going to be sloppy with lots of deaths. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think there's any particular need to say that to your team. Like, I think right at the start, it's like there's no real point in flaming them or being negative. It's like you just, it's already happened, you have to deal with it. So, you follow, thank you very much for the follow. So that's definitely something I try to avoid. But yeah, you have a very tanky team. It might be okay. We'll see. Like Tracer, watch some HCC. And you're being a bit too aggressive here. I don't think, like, all you're going to do is piss off your teammates. Like, they don't care. It's too late for them to change. So. That's a nice pick. And good first blood. Cool. I like Devil's Due a lot on this map, especially. So I think that's a good pickup overall. The enemy team has a pretty terrible composition as well. So you're fine. In fact, theirs is probably worse than yours. They have a solo warrior, a Nubarak. He's going to have a tough time against Vala. They got Tracer with nothing to support the Tracer. They got Gul'dan with nothing really to support Gul'dan either. And then Sylvanas on her own. Tracer is down here, killing that. She ought to die here for this. And she does. That's unusual. I think that was a bot Tracer, because it said Tracer above the name. Wasn't paying attention to what happened up here. Lol, that's hilarious. That's just pure luck, dude. That is pure fucking luck that you survived there. Oh, man. Alright, I can't believe that. Pure luck. But yeah, I mean, like, again, like, looking at the compositions, I really do think that yours is a lot better than the enemy team. So I don't think there's anything to be gained by... You were salty with the picks as well. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything at all to be gained from flaming your team. Especially considering, like, this draft was worse. This draft is terrible. So, yeah. I mean, a second support like a Tassadar instead of the Varian, I guess, would have fit better instead of Diablo. But this is fine. Okay, you can just like chill out here. You can keep using your W to wave clear. And then you're just waiting for your teammates to do things, basically. Ever the burden of the solo laner is just to chill out. Alright. I'd be pretty patient with moving in here. Your teammates need to actually come and help. They haven't done so. This is a problem. She actually gets the kill. This is definitely a bot Tracer. No, actually, sorry, it's not. The player's name is Tracer. That's hilarious. His name is Tracer? Wow. Never mind. It's not a bot. I take it back. But yeah, once you spot the two heroes down bottom, you can go in a bit more aggressively. Yuso doing some fairly decent healing.
Definitely be getting a stun there on him. I think you could have killed him right there. Stun him against the wall, flip him over, body block him in this choke point. Would have been pretty nice. It's a decent attempt on the Sylvanas. She doesn't go down though. And you're going to pay the price with your life. But yeah, I think that was a good opportunity right there to get the Gul'dan against the wall, flip him over, body block him, and then he would have been dead. So that's something we could have done a little bit better. All the same, you guys should be still ahead for this shrine phase. They're going to get some skulls, but you're going to be back up relatively soon. You got Kelthus, so you can poke in and steal some away without too much trouble. He's gonna, there you go, just about gets it. That was quite lucky. He does dive. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a bit too deep to dive, to be honest. And your teammates all die. I think that's like a big overcommitment to the fight on the shrine. You don't really have the position to take it. Like, Lucio went too deep there. Lucio has got really bad damage. The Brightwing passive healing is pretty much enough to undo it. So he dived so deep that he ultimately died and kind of baited his team in. You guys could have just like, or they could have taken the fight, backed off and been fine. This stage I'd probably be running away as well. Yeah, there's a Punisher incoming. Basically, you just want to bait this over the wall. This is bad. He's gonna die. I don't know what he's doing. That's a really big misplay. Like, what possible reason is there for stepping past the wall on your own against a full team and a Punisher? You just die, basically. It's just really, very bad. Now your teammates are overcommitting to the defense as well. This game is going really badly. You should have been staying up there. Like, split pushing is a bad decision in this case. But you should have been there. KT shouldn't have died. But you should have been there, baited the Punisher over. Like, they have Sylvanas, so you really need to actually stay and defend as 5 against this. It's not safe to let it come through, so now you guys are pretty far behind. That's a really bad bait from Vala again as well. It's so important to bait the Punisher over the wall. If you don't bait the Punisher over the wall, you're just gonna like screw everything up, especially against Sylvanas. Varian's gone too deep, it's gonna die. Like, you really need to actually come back to your team. Like, I'd be quite critical of your play here as well, right? You know, you're going up against Sylvanas. It's so important to actually defend these things correctly. And especially once you've hit level 7, there's no reason, or you're about to hit level 7, there's no reason not to come back and defend. You're not going to soak anything of importance until that point, and it is important to get back and defend. So you're definitely soaking way too much. Against the Sylvanas, I think you should have been back here at the start defending. Bait the Punisher over, have the fort do damage to it and get it killed, and then things would have been okay. Everyone's getting salty. But yeah, I mean, it's partially on you as the Diablo. Like people are saying in chat, you know, it's on the Diablo. Partially, yes. I mean, at the same time, Diablo walking away, you know, Diablo walking down here to the mid lane has nothing to do, like, that has no effect on Kelthus walking out here and getting killed, right? It has nothing to do with Vala failing to bait the Punisher over the wall over here, and then the Punisher destroys the wall for free while Sylvanas turns it off and the keep doesn't get any value. That's nothing to do with Diablo. So his own team is making a ton of mistakes as well, but at the same time, you should have been there and helping the team as well. So there's like, again, it's not like a simple thing. It's like there's absolutely enormous misplays happening from multiple perspectives. But in terms of the Diablo play, again, you could have been aggressive on the Tracer here because you know that team is up there. And maybe he got the kill. But yeah, in terms of Diablo, which is the main thing we're focusing on, you should really have been up there. And then definitely, like, if you split soak, as soon as you hit level 7, or even as you're about to hit level 7, you get a little bit of trickle XP, some slow XP coming in without doing anything. It should be Hearthstone and coming back to defend. Because, like, once you get 7, there's nothing else to soak, really. You've got the talent here, you need to defend your keep. Yeah, I think you guys do have a really good chance to contest. Again, like, at this stage, you're so close to 10, you should really be down there. Okay, good, you can leave the wave. Like, you don't really need to be there to soak. You're getting XP from the bottom, you're getting trickle XP. So now you've got level 10 and you're too far away. Mind control. Well. Alright, cool. Apocalypse. A little bit late in the APOC, but we got it off, so that's something. It should be a dead Anubarak. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Let's actually take a look at that fight again, because that's a pretty important one. We can speed it up to get back there. Definitely, it's another big problem is that like you were too slow with the rotation. It's like you should be moving down way before. Like you got XP here to get, you got trickle XP. You're just too slow getting down. You can even pop APOC early, like when your team is going into fight. There we go. If I could like actually, there we go. Like APOC here would be pretty good. Yeah, okay, there we go. So he actually does it with Unstoppable. The Nubarak healing value. The Nubarak Locust Swarm keeps him alive. He sustains through it and kills everyone. I figure you probably did as much as you could there in that circumstance. Maybe the Apocalypse earlier on the way. The biggest problem in terms of what you could have done better there was that you, yeah, in this case you were definitely way too late to the thing. You stayed to soak XP that you didn't need to soak. You need to wait. Yeah, so the team did engage a little bit too early as well. Not the greatest bait over the wall I've ever seen. But it's fine. So this is just simply inaccurate that you cleared 2 more. Yeah. So, I mean, this is one of the things. This is why flaming is often a waste of time. It's like, he's correct that you, he's like, okay, saying you were too late, that's correct. And then he goes and says, we say cleared 2 more waves, which is just, I don't know where you got that idea, because that's not actually true. So, yeah, I mean, it's just... fun. We could take a look at the talents as well. This is pretty good. It should be a dead Sylvanas, so that's kind of nice. Another W here. Important to hit that button. There we go. He goes down. In terms of the talents we got from the Shadows, Soul Shields, yeah, I like the talent build. Apocalypse, it's pretty good. I like it. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, in this position, until your teammates get here, not really in position to force a fight. Got no well to tap. So relying on like the souls and the healing globes and stuff. Alright, Varian has gone in. He's looking for maybe an engage. That's not bad on a Nubarak. Should be a good kill. You need to really kill him. There we go, he's dead. Good. He went in and went down. Brightwing dies. Well, this is nice. Tracer should die here. Skanktech is going to die though. Kelthus is running around. Not sure what he's doing. Alright, good. Fine. Bit of a messy fight. I feel like that should have gone much better for your team. There were some misplays mechanically. Kelthus is not particularly on point in terms of his spells and stuff. Also, Sun King's Fury. Dear Lord. And Fission Bomb. It's just not a good build. This is just not a good build either. This one's not bad. This one's okay. I think in this game, I'm not a big fan of reverse amp. Like against a Tracer, I'd probably much rather go for the sound barrier to protect the team from that. Mortal Strike. That's actually a good call against the Nubarak. Alright. So you're not too far behind. You are behind, but not too far behind. Not so far behind that this is unwinnable. That's a good pick on the Sylvanas. She just about escapes. The Lucio is dying, unfortunately. He actually makes it out alive, which is good. Getting decent damage down on the Sylvanas. Fortunately, Vala is dead, who is the main source of damage, so I think you're just going to die here. You could Q to a minion. So you could use that to escape, like Q to a minion and then run. You did make it out alive anyway. Alright, this is fine. You just want to chill out. Wait until you guys are healed up and then go in. Like, there's no rush here to engage. That's good. Move onto Sylvanas, but definitely you can take... Whenever you're fighting like this, you can take your time. Like, they're not going to finish the shrine anytime soon. You guys are taking so much damage from Gul'dan. You could have... did you get feared? I'm not sure if you did, but you could have overpowered and then queued him backwards there. That would have been pretty good. That would have been pretty good to do that. At this stage as well, I would have been like just sticking with the team. There's no real point. That's good. Q into the wall. Not quite. I don't think there's much point in split pushing down the towers when you could take some damage from doing so. Alright, I would actually, at this stage, I'd probably be Hearthstoning back. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so Hearthstone back and be ready to come in. I probably would have Hearthstone even a little bit sooner to come back and then be ready to fight with the Punisher. So that's something we could improve a little bit with the timing, you know, especially when they're down a hero like that. And once it's like becomes clear that you guys are gonna win the shrine, then it's perfectly fine. This is a good apocalypse. I like that a lot. You know, just backing up the team from a distance. You know, not much came of it, but it's the right idea, and good. It's a sign of like a good line of thought. This could be a dead Brightwing, possibly. All right, overlapping the CC a little bit, but she goes down nonetheless. This is very good. Awesome stuff. All right, nice comeback. Again, a big part of this comeback is that their team comp is terrible and that yours isn't. It was on cooldown. Oh, your E was on cooldown at the earlier part? That's fine. Alright, that's a good pick on Gul'dan. Very well done. That's level 16 talent as well. Domination, I like it a lot. Fire Devil, I like that a lot too. You could even go for... I'm actually starting to like with Domination, especially the Q talent level and the level 4 one. The Q talent level 13, the damage on that is really good. You guys are pushing in on the core, and this should be game right here. So, in the end, it worked out. I think a big part of this was just that their team comp was terrible, and yours was actually pretty good. So you walked out okay in the end. Alright, we're going to pause it right at the end, because there's definitely a few lessons to take away from this one. This was not a particularly good game from you in this case. Not as much as the last one. So just generally speaking, I think, you know, flaming your team at the start for the draft, there's nothing really to be gained by that. It's like, you know, you're not playing with these players again, so it's not going to help you. It's like, if you want to do it to make yourself feel better, like, okay, I guess. But ultimately, it's like nothing, you're not actually gaining anything from it. Like, you're just making it harder to win because you're pissing off the other people on your team, and you're creating like negative camaraderie and just negative communications. So I would, you know, sometimes you get frustrated and you need to vent. I recommend not doing it in chat if you can. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. You might value like being mean to your teammates more than you value like winning the game. That's up to you to determine. But in terms of actually winning the game, I would say you never want to be flaming your team. Basically, it does nothing too good. Like you could give constructive criticism about something within the game. Like for example, you know, like I guess like some of the discussions again, it wasn't framed very well, but like Lucio, he could have framed it better. He got some of his facts incorrect, which is like, don't do that. But again, like Lucio saying in the game, like, Diablo, like, we need you to come to the fights earlier on. Like, that's a fine thing to be critical about because it actually affects the game. But like flaming about the draft after the draft is not really going to help anyone. You can be mad about it, but try not to do that. Then they were definitely slow to come to some of the fights. So the first one was up at the top when he lost the top shrine. Because they have Sylvanas, I think it is actually very important to stay and defend. Then also, given that you only had Kel'Thuz up there, I think you should have really been staying and defending anyway. Just to be there, to bait the Punisher over, and to deal with it like effectively. The split soaking is okay, but you're not really getting enough out of it in that situation. Not saying that you wouldn't split push in other situations, you probably would, a split soak. But in this one, I think was a bad choice. That being said, you know, that the top Punisher that like went all the way down and started working on the keep, that went really badly, partially because you were gone, but it wasn't just on you, right? I mean, Kel'Thuz fucked up. Kel'Thuz walked out in the lane, got like for no reason and died. So that made it much worse. And then the rest of your teammates also got caught out and killed. And then part of that was because you weren't there. Part of that was because Kel'Thuz was dead. Part of it because they had Sylvanas. So all that stuff like added up, and you guys fell really far behind. It was pretty messy. Then the second thing was, again, like soaking the last bit to 10. It's like you didn't need to do it yourself personally up top. You could have been running down and been in position to fight earlier because there was XP down in the bottom lane and XP in the mid lane. And then of course like it got a bit messy because, you know, Lucio was saying like you should have been there sooner. He's right about that. And then he turns around and goes, you soaked 2 extra rates of XP, which is like so that, you know, if you're gonna like be critical about someone and give feedback in the game like Lucio was trying to do, you have to actually get it right. Like, don't just make up bullshit to try to justify it. That doesn't help anything. It's just gonna, like, you know, Lucio trying to, if I was the Lucio trying to give constructive feedback, I'd be saying like, Diablo, you know, like come help sooner. It's like we can soak bottom lane or something like that. The second you turn around as the Lucio and go, oh, well, you stayed and soaked 2 extra waves, and then the person you're being critical of knows that that's just bullshit and that it's absolutely not true, they just lose all respect for you. The criticism that you're giving is going to be ignored, because when you give someone criticism in the game and tell them they should change their playstyle, you're ultimately putting... It's like an authority thing. You're putting yourself, like, as an authority above them. And if you do that, they need to respect you to actually listen to you. Like, if I'm the Diablo in that game and then someone's criticizing me and then they turn around and start just saying bullshit, they start saying things that's not true. They start making up facts to justify their thing. They're just simply not true. I lose respect for that person, and then when I don't respect them, I'm not going to listen to what they have to say, because, you know, if you're giving someone criticism, it means that you're saying, I have a better understanding of the game than you, and you should listen to me. If you then turn around and start saying bullshit, I just go, well, I don't believe that you've got a better understanding of the game than me. I don't believe I should be listening to you because you're just talking out of your ass, basically. So it's so important, like, it's so important not to do that. And this is nothing really to do with you. This is to do with the Lucio. But it's like, if you're going to be critical of people in the game, like, at least do it right and do it well, because that's important. But yeah, generally speaking, in terms of the Diablo play, the team fighting and stuff was good, was fine. You know, there's a couple of like missed opportunities, like the Gul'dan pick maybe up top shrine. For the most part, though, it was like you could have been with the team a little bit more. Of course, it is difficult in the game when they're being hostile and stuff. You know, it gets a little bit difficult. Being selfish Diablo for souls. I think Avisa85 has got really good advice there. It's like, flame out loud to yourself, but don't type it out. That's a pretty good idea. You know, just be kind of mad and be like, fucking idiots, but don't type it in game. Just like vent, get it out there if that's the way you deal with it, and then get back to it. Didn't get perfect timing on the 10. I wish they would have waited for the fight too. Yeah, that's fair enough. Again, it's like, sure, at the same time, like I'm pointing out some of the things that you could improve on, and then hopefully giving some insight into what your team were doing wrong as well. But yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, you were late to the fight, but they could have afforded to wait a little bit longer. I think they had a very good opportunity to take the fight there. I don't quite remember now. But yeah, I mean, like, at the same, like I said, you know, when you went to split soak at the start, at the first shrine, it was a mistake, but then ultimately there were a lot of very large mistakes from your team as well that made it such a bad thing. And then ultimately they were blaming you for the entire thing. It's like Lucio didn't turn around and go like, hey, Kelthus, why did you die? Lucio is just, you know, it's a level of play, kind of platinum level of play. Ultimately, that's, you know, the game understanding isn't the strongest, right? So Lucio turns around and blames everything on you as Diablo, when it wasn't all your fault as Diablo. You made one mistake, but there were other mistakes that were part of it. So that's just the way it is, you know. So yeah, you can definitely take some things away. Your quick match comment was a bad attempt to get them a different mindset. Bad idea in hindsight. Can I go over how to bait the Punisher? Rodney sent me a game. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of the stream. It's a 3-hour stream, so we won't have time. But yeah, to bait the Punisher, let's see if I can rewind a little bit. And like, can we actually... The camera can bug out. But yeah, I can tell you how to bait the Punisher as well. Hopefully this will rewind to a position that we can actually use. Let's see. We might be stuck to the core, because the replay client is a bit dodgy. No, here we go. Alright, so... over here, and... Alright, cool. Right, so in this situation... So this is where, like, Kelthus is dead, right? So how you bait the Punisher... You have to give, like, the Punisher vision of you as a hero, right? Bear in mind, the Punisher can't see over the wall. I mean, if we switch to the enemy team... So he needs to trigger it. I think the Punisher, in this case, actually, sorry, the Punisher just jumped on Kelthus. I don't actually know how long the cooldown is on the jump, but the Kelthus baiting this is actually a bad example because the Punisher can't jump at the moment. It's going to jump soon, though, so they need to get out of here, or they're going to die. Yeah, there we go. And this is why Varian dies. So you guys, like, over it, yeah, and he dies as well. So they stay too long, right? We'll try get an example down here, because there was a missed bait over here. But yeah, ultimately, the Punisher... when it has, like, vision on a hero, basically, like, as Diablo, for example, you stand behind here, you throw out your fire wave, it will jump over and hit you. On some heroes, like on Vala or Tychus, you could, like, throw an ability out at it and then, like, vault away or dash away, and you can actually dodge it. On Diablo, obviously, you can't do that. But, yeah. Some gold ones were in this game. Yeah. Guess high silver. Alright, so right there. In fact, let me rewind a couple of seconds. Let's go back to... Yeah, 10 seconds, perfect. And then we can actually see this from this vision. So you'll see, like, the Punisher will spot the It will spot Vala, and then it will like it will jump on her. It's off cooldown. Here it comes. It's gonna be in range. It sees Vala. It's in range. Boom! It jumps on her, and she failed. Right. What you want to do? You need to be behind the wall. You bait it over. After it does the jump, it will start doing like crazy punches. So you need to run away, and you can just like run it this way. So you have multiple towers shooting at it. The important thing about baiting the Punisher over is that the enemy team can't follow. You'll see in pro games they'll like destroy a sidewall and they'll jump in afterwards, right? If they've got a good team for doing so. But yeah, by baiting the Punisher over, it's going to get shot from multiple sources. The enemy team can't get in. Your team is free to just kill the Punisher with the help of the fort. And the Punisher will die pretty quickly. So the basic rule is, Sylvanas will kind of change this up a bit. She turns off structure, so she breaks the rules here. But say Sylvanas isn't there. Generally speaking, if there is a wall here, the Punisher will basically just ensure the wall dies, because the Punisher will arrive, it will jump over, it will get shot by all the stuff, the team defending will kill it, the team attacking will destroy the wall. That's kind of what will happen. When there's no wall, it becomes much more dangerous, and that's when like forts will start dying, because then the Punisher will be jumping in on your heroes, absorbing the fort shots, and the enemy team will be perfectly free to follow in and actually kill your heroes with no repercussions at all. You're basically fighting at a disadvantage there, right? Normally you have defender's advantage under the structure because the structure helps you. When the Punisher is there, it's kind of like 6 heroes against 5, and 1 hero is incredibly tanky and tanking the fort for you. So you've got no structural advantage, and they're up a hero, so it's a really bad situation then. So yeah, the walls are super important on Infernal Shrines, basically. They're super important. Yeah, the other team's composition was a real mess. Yeah, they have a really bad composition. So that's another reason not to flame your team about, like, drafting badly, because ultimately their draft is way worse. It's 20 minutes long. Like, we've got, like, the stream is over. If it's 5 minutes long, it's too long, you know. But yeah, pro teams do it very smoothly. They will like bust down a sidewall and then be ready to dive in. Like if they got a Kerrigan or something, they'll be ready to like dive in. Kerrigan can come from another angle. The team will follow up. They'll like bust down the wall. ETC will go in, something like that. 85% of players don't know they're supposed to bait it over. Yeah, it can happen. People can be pretty bad at it. And watch GM streams for people who mess it up. It's true, yeah, it does get messed up sometimes. But it is a fairly straightforward thing you can do. A consistent map interaction. That is quite important. But yeah, the thing I find hard is like getting the timing right for heroes that can actually dodge the Punisher. So like, I mean, like Tracer can dodge it pretty easily. Like Vala can dodge it. There's a few heroes that can trigger the Punisher and then get out. And then they actually dodge the stun, but they still get the bait attack over. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, there you go, guys. This will be the end of the stream. We have come to the end. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you want, you can still send me some replays. I've got the Varian replay from Rodney there. We can take a look at that next week, potentially. Depends how many replays we get in. Today, because we had like only a couple of replays in, we got to look at them all. I'm expecting from now on, when people become more aware of it, that we'll get like lots of replays in. I'll try to create more awareness of that. Through my stuff. I think I obviously didn't market it well enough, right? But yeah, we'll do like kind of a raffle thing to see who gets covered, and we'll give preference to subs of the Zola channel here as well. But for now, that will be the end of the stream. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Feel free, like I said, to send more replays for next Thursday. I'll be back on Zola Esports Academy here on Tuesday, where we'll be looking at some of the HGC. Wednesday for more Hero League gameplay, and then Thursday for the viewer replays. MRDJ204, I can send one in. Go for it, dude. Yeah, no, feel free to send them in. Feel free to send them in. There's no harm in sending them in. Just send it in, yeah. You might as well get it submitted. It's like, Bass Freezer sent one in as well. Awesome stuff. It's like, if you don't send it in, there's no chance it will get seen. If you do, there is a chance. So, yeah. There you go. Again, we have 3 hours of this, and we should have a nice little stockpile of replays for next week. So working from there, we can like just get as many covered within 3 hours as we have time for. Right, guys, I'm off. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next time for more Heroes of the Storm. You can find, I'll probably do a couple of streams over the weekend as well if you want to catch those out, or Monday. Can you send in like 10 replays? No, I'll only count 1 per person. And then stay tuned on the stream. If we run out of replays, I'll let you guys know, and then people who are there live can send in more. I expect, though, that we won't. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. See you.